What's up, guys? So, Mel Kiper, the staunch advocate for Shedeur Sanders in the 2025 NFL Draft, is doubling down on his assessment heading into 2026 as there was a discussion on ESPN about who would be the starting QB for the Browns heading into the next season. Look, for me, I think there were a lot of good things Shedeur did. He made a lot of throws, especially deep ones that Dylan Gabriel obviously lacked. Like I recall the one against the Raiders, he threw a sweet pass to Isaiah Bond while running to his right and dropped it in a bucket. He's had a few of those types of throws that clearly shows he's got something there. But then at the same time, he's also had some terrible passes where he's being pressured and he just chucks it up in the air for an easy pick. But to his credit, I will add he's a lot more mobile than I initially thought. He's managed to extend plays with his legs, so he has that going for him. But at the end of the day, he's just had a lot of ups and downs all season. So personally, I see something there that could be worked on. He's far from a finished product, but there is something potentially there. Anyways, listen to Mel Kiper's response as Greeny asks if Shedeur is going to be the Browns' starting QB going forward.
If Shedeur Sanders is going to be their quarterback going forward, I guess is what I was trying to say.
It's got to be Greeny. I mean, what the hell is it got to do? I mean, is we going to get into this negativity again about Shedeur? I mean, I don't know what else the kid needs to do. I mean, Josh Allen had haters in year 3. So if Josh Allen has haters in year 2 and 3 of his career, there's no way Shedeur can avoid it. But I've watched every play, every snap of Shedeur Sanders, and he should be proud of what he had to go through and survive and to come out winning that game yesterday, driving them down to get into field goal range inside of 50 yards to make that field goal and win it. After, like I said, it could have been 21-12 had Canelo caught the football. Drops hurt that team all year to be able to show more mobility than anybody thought. The accuracy's there. Everything about Shedeur Sanders screams he's the quarterback. But if people are going to negative in April, they're going to be negative now because they're going to be like, where is he ranked? Forget that. Look at the interceptions that were off of Jerry Jeudy, off of Judkin's shoulder. Batted balls like Burrow had one yesterday, batted in a pick 6. You blaming Burrow for that? No. You're blaming Shedeur for a couple batted balls that were picked off? You shouldn't, okay? So you're going to be fair here. So really, when you look at what Shedeur did this year, not having any training camp, never with the ones, defense, offense, be thrown out there, playing in brutal weather conditions, not in domes.
That's not changing. That's not changing, though.
In great weather, in brutal weather conditions. If you're going to sit there and tell me you weren't impressed with the rookie year of Shedeur Sanders, I would say you weren't watching the same game I was.
Okay, so for what it's worth, Shedeur finished the season with 7 TDs to 10 interceptions, and obviously not every one of them was his fault. A few were the fault of his receivers, dropping passes, or the ball bouncing off their shoulder, but it is what it is. I mean, if we're going to do that, we might as well have a separate stat line for interceptions that are your teammates' fault. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous, because every QB has those type of picks on their stat line. In fact, you could make an argument that there were many passes that Shedeur had thrown that should have been picked off, but that's neither here or there. Anyways, another thing I heard Mel say was he referenced Josh Allen's rookie season where he received heavy criticism. In 2018, he went 5-6 as a starter and threw 10 touchdowns to 12 picks for over 2,000 yards. And it's not only Josh Allen. I've seen people on social media bringing up the rookie season of Trevor Lawrence, Peyton and Eli, John Elway and Troy Aikman. I will say in that respect that these guys were all first overall picks in their respective draft year. So obviously, these guys are going to be afforded a lot more time since a lot more draft capital was invested in them, where Shedeur was a 5th round pick. But that being said, I still saw a lot of good things in Shedeur Sanders, and I think it's fair to say that we should see more improvement with him in his second season after getting reps with the first team and just acclimating himself with the league. I think he and Deshaun Watson are going to have a battle for the starting QB position since I don't see the Browns ridding themselves of Deshaun after what they're paying him. Anyways, what do you guys think about this whole Shedeur situation for next season?